Hello, esteemed scholars. We are members of group number 5, the Engineering and Science team. Our discussion is going to focus on a simple question we intend to answer. Is science for all? I grew up in a rural community in Nigeria where science is an exclusion of an elite class. That is my perception about science, but I don't know how the statistics stand in other parts of the world. Let's take a look at that together.
Okay, our audience, our universities, we did a quick assessment of them. In terms of their influence on the society, the general public tends to look up to universities for innovation and also for inspiration. And they're also in the natural development path of young people looking to make an impact. The key messages that we want to look at, problems around science. Science in everyday life, clearing up misconceptions because there tends to be a lot. Low accessibility of science, which aids in the misconceptions. Low investment in science, we need to make people more interested in science and also governments. And also making science inclusive, engaging and simple. So looking at the statistics, global interest. In terms of investments in research and development, we can see that the lowest investments are in Caribbean and Central America. And also in Africa, where it's less than 1% of GDP. Highest being in East and Southeast Asia, where it's just under 40%. Misconceptions, what we'll be looking at here now, focus on these orange circles and lines. This is the amount of confidence that the general public has in scientists and scientific research. As can be seen, in 1981 it was about 35%. It's remained pretty stagnant, coming all the way up to 2014, just about 40%. So there's a misconception. And even global leaders still have misconceptions about science, and these are the people with great influence on what will happen around the world. In terms of the labor force, if you're looking at the total labor force, there's a general gender balance with about 50-50 males and females. But in terms of the STEM jobs, you can see that there's a great disparity where women account for less than a quarter of the workforce. And where does this originate from? Looking at university enrollments. This is from 2004 to 2014. In engineering, you can see that it was below 20% and below for the whole decade, as compared to in social sciences and psychology, where it's consistently over 60%. And now we'll hand over to my colleague to talk about the tactics that we will take. Okay, we will look at the video where we interviewed some university representatives from around the region.
Hi, we have gathered here to do a university-based survey, and we have representatives from different regions, from different universities. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, and you can either answer them or just say yes or no. The first question is, how actively do you think your university is involved in promotion of science in the community on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the highest?
Well, in Europe, I think they're very friendly.
That's the 3
for the Caribbean.
3 for Asia.
For Asia, I think you're 5.
Yeah, because they have been on the number. Okay.
I think they're all doing very well.
You think there is scope for improvement?
Yes, I know that.
Alright, okay. Moving on to the next question. Was learning science fun while growing up? Yes or no? You're right.
Oh, in Europe, yes, it was very fun.
Was it innovative? Did you like it?
Innovative, very hands-on, and not so specific.
There it is.
In the Caribbean, music, yes. Science,
Okay. Adrian.
Kind of fun, but we don't have a standard attitude system. For some it was fun, for some it was just like
And for me personally, it was fun, but I had like my friends who thought it was just boring and just learning of science.
Alright.
Look at some others, African,
So we can all agree we can have very mixed views regarding how science was when we were growing up. Moving on to the next question. Is science gender biased in your country? For example, is there a set standard? Actually, engineering is for boys, medical science is for girls, and scale of 0 to 10. How do you rate it?
Very much yes in Europe. In Europe, a 7. It's not that bad, but you can see there are more
Okay.
science in the Caribbean is a bit biased. It's more inclined towards the one.
step to complete our video even at the end of our talk. It's very, very obvious the statistics around the world, science is really not exclusively for all. What are our proposed solutions to this particular problem of inclusiveness of science? My colleague will take you through that.
So I think we have covered the answer of your question. Science for all? I think sadly the answer at this point is no, it's not really for all. In the next 2 minutes of the presentation, I'll be going forward a series of tactics we have proposed, the time frame in which we plan to implement those tactics, and how we plan to measure what goals those tactics have achieved. So basically we have outlined our timelines of tactics and activities in 3 phases: short term, medium term, and long term. In a short term, we aim that universities, particularly those with a strong STEM field, should aim to organize at least 10 outreach events to local schools per year, and they should also use suitable local media, which we have discussed in the sessions in detail, to disseminate scientific principles in local language and to invite locals from communities to talk about aspects of science they use in their everyday life. In a medium term, we encourage the academics to publish their researches in more open source journals, which would help to make scientific research available to all parts of the developing world rather than being confined to some expensive journals which are mostly accessed in the developed world. We also plan to improve the STEM departments and facilities across all the universities and perform more research with local implications. Now, the long term isn't a specific goal as such. It would mostly be concerned about the continuation of what we have proposed and achieved in the medium and in the short and medium term. But in the long term, we plan to lobby the university ranking organizations so that they come up with better parameters to consider inclusivity of communities as a ranking parameter, particularly in science in university. We all know that universities are pretty much concerned about their rankings, so I think this will be a very concrete way of measuring what an university is being able to achieve and how much inclusive of a community it is being able to become.
In conclusion, we've been able to show you the universities that science, with our facts, that science is actually not for all. With some of these gender biases, misconceptions about science, and low interest in science being the main hindrance to a holistic science approach. And how can you, the universities, help? You should engage the schools at the lower levels, the junior highs and the senior high schools, and get them interested in science. And then you can also get the locals thinking and talking science through your programs, through the edutainment forms of programming you have, and then all the other programs that we have outlined for you, the universities. And I believe when you undertake all these projects, it will definitely make science for all. And these are some of our social media presence. We have a Facebook group. You can like us on Facebook, and we have some hashtags to promote our campaign. Thank you very much.